as you can see, Random Korean starting to push out with that contain. And Random Korean, and it's going to come down to it. We'll see. We'll see what Cora does. This is going to depict the game. Is can Random Korean do the awesome contain power that Terran is so famous for? Can he do this slow turret tank push, or will Cora be able to establish himself economically, get some carriers, get some dropships, something like that, break this, maybe slip in bottom side? Looks like he's already got some dragoons in place with a couple zealots to maybe do a pincer maneuver here. Random Korean, yeah, setting up some turrets here in the background, setting up to go. Looks like a starport was built and floated up and immediately landed. So looks like Random Korean's thinking about some drops. Unfortunately, that OBS is giving Cora a ton of information. He knows that's essentially going to be the plan from this point on. My guess is that these next couple of vultures will be dedicated to that kind of a drop backside. It looks like Cora is going to be ready for it. That turret was not very long lived. Random Korean in the meantime just trying to get mines. Cora doing the intelligent thing and just going up and trying to take down mines on that off that perimeter that aren't within that siege tank's range, and just try to slow Random down wherever he's going. Make sure Random doesn't succeed in whatever he's doing. These ops are going to be in trouble in a little bit here as this turret goes up, though. Yeah. So basically, Random just being very careful, just pressing up, laying some mines, laying some turrets, bringing the tanks up. The ultimate goal, though, is to kind of press here and get there before Cora really can push out at any one point. Otherwise, Random Korean's going to have to defend from 3 different directions as opposed to 1, and we'll see how successful he will be at doing that. It looks like a single vulture managed to sneak through, spotted an expansion right there. I'm not sure whether it was ComSat or what, maybe just a little bit luck. This vulture is going to spot this out, going to hide it in the corner. I think it's spotted out by that observer's range, though. Actually, let's check, because I've got control of this, don't I? Actually reverse that. So ComSat going off. So let's see. So in Cora's visual, let's see if it kicks out here in a second. Doesn't seem to want. Oh, Franco, right. So I can't rewind it, but anyway, point being is I think in that visual range he saw that vulture, and if not then, he definitely sees that vulture now. So these dragoons starting to crash down. Let me get that view back on. Dang, that would have been cool. Oh well, not elite yet in that regard. These dragoons pressing down to just defend this, and that's gonna be difficult for Random Korean because one, he wants to hold the middle, he wants to kind of pincer off both locations, and he's not really in a position to do both and protect his main at the moment. He was a little late and didn't press up as far as he could basically to kind of seal off this section here, so Cora can still run around the map, can still grab some expansions here and there, and he's still basically gonna have difficulty pushing into Cora. So Cora basically going to use this kind of defensive stance to his advantage, producing a lot of dragoons. He has speed upgraded zealots now, which is going to be, well, first of all, it's a good unit set to go to crush this slow expand, and second of all, it's going to be difficult for Random Korean to push into. Let's see if there's any tech pushing up. The main getting a little thin here, but kind of at full production here. Doesn't look like Cora's. It looks like he's just going to go straight Dragoon Zealot, getting the level 1 weapons upgrade. Let's see how we're doing for upgrades for Random. It doesn't look like he's getting any upgrades down. He does have a dropship though. Kind of thinking about that in that regard. He's getting the armory down. I think he saw I'm not sure if he saw the level 1 weapons. He might have on the ComSat at some location saw that. Basically instinct as well. He might have seen that level 1 weapons go down though. We'll see. And it looks like Cora is kind of setting up. He's thinking about doing a push here. As you can see, he's got that large zealot, large dragoon force. So we're setting up for an epic confrontation here. Random Korean does have this formidable seal here, but really it's kind of. I wouldn't say it's pyrrhic or useless. It's just not as useful as it could be. As you can see, this expansion here is up. Cora could expand to the bottom right-hand corner. He could expand basically wherever he wants, and Random Korean still be sitting in the middle at the moment. So it looks like he's setting up some more vultures to kind of scout out. Cora setting up for another expansion here in the upper left-hand corner. He's already got this large force just chilling here. So yeah, this is going to turn into a very awesome macro game. I can just sense it. And I know 2 more gateways going down. So wow, tons of production in the meantime. Looks like another armory, so double upgrades. So yeah, setting up for a very long-term economic upgrade. And now as you can see, it looks like Random Korean is on the verge here. He's on the verge on closing this gap, and I think Cora senses it, which is why he's as you can see, he's got this kind of pincer force set up. between these two Dragoons, these two Zealots. He just feels it. So testing looks like on the left-hand border first initially, though. Wants to, I think Random Korean wants to kind of cap the expansions for himself first, baiting those Zealots in very cleverly to bring those mines back and have them do basically no damage. Just solely to the Zealot. Right here, though, it looks like Cora is just absolutely outproducing. Yeah, as far as this push, this is going to be extremely successful for Cora. He's, as you can see just by the unit count, 68 versus just 110 and dropping here. And attacking on all three fronts now to make sure that Random really can't tell what's going on. This is getting ripped apart. Poor tanks. So just running in these Zealots, streaming them into the mines. And yeah, Random Korean just doesn't have the unit count to kind of hold this back. Desperately trying to push back and hold the siege, and Cora is content with how far he's pushed Random Korean back. Gonna pull back, and let's see if he decides to set up an expansion again right after this. Yeah, gonna set up an expansion right in the bottom right-hand corner, feeling very it's like a decisive battle there, feels victorious. It's just gonna rebuild his forces and then do another push here in a minute. We'll see actually if he goes higher tech. Yeah, already got the Arbiter out. Good call, Zach. Way to catch it. So he's already got one Arbiter out. He has that Templar Archives. I don't think he's already upgraded Recall, but he's going to have that Cloak to supplement. Looks like he's got a second Forge down as well. Again, level 1 weapons, level 2 weapons upgrading here in a second. Let's see how Random Korean is doing as far as upgrades. Doesn't look like either is upgrading right now, so he's going to be way behind as far as upgrades go. He knows that Arbiter's out in the field now, so now he needs to think about planting mines. Let's see if he starts getting some Goliaths out to deal with that. He had that dropship. I'm not even sure what that went. I think it got creamed somewhere. Totally missed it. Dang. Sorry, Random. That was probably your moment of glory, too. But yeah, I ended up missing that somewhere on the map in the midst of this game. It might have been in the middle of one of these attacks here, and that's just me not paying attention. So level 1 weapons going right now, quite a bit late actually, I should say, for Random. So he's gonna, yeah, that just hurts being behind in unit count and as well in tech and as well as far as your upgrades go. So things not looking good for Random Korean right here at all. Another expansion going up. So we'll see whether Cora decides to end it, or whether Random Korean decides to do one suicidal push into Cora to see if he can kind of end it and basically go for the main, go for the. It looks like he's thinking about trying to get himself another expansion because getting a little thin at his main here. Let's see if he's trying to establish the bottom left-hand corner here. Pushing up with some tanks. Looks like and comsatting, trying to get some range here. But yeah, that's getting absolutely crushed, demolished. And Cora in the meantime still at 183. And now Cora feeling the sense, feeling that he's ahead, pushing in, mine going off, taking out an SCV and some tanks. And yeah, Random Korean's tanks just desperately trying to hold the front, but it's just not looking good for him. Yeah, the Dragoons just keep pouring in, the Zealots just keep pouring in, and this is the last line of defense here aside from these mines, but those mines quickly going to be taken out by the Zealots streaming ahead. This is the last tank, and that is the breach. Random Korean's defenses are now breached. He's got a single tank against the void and reinforcements coming in, desperately trying to hold, plopping down the barracks just to hold for one more moment, trying to comsat so he can get some range there. Cora in the meantime bringing up reinforcements, feels the killing blow within his grasp. In the meantime, Random Korean has managed to sneak out, get another expansion up. Barracks down, pushing in with Arbiter and everything. Arbiter pushing up, I think he was like, oh, there's nothing here against air, forgetting about that turret right there. And a single tank, some vultures just desperately trying to defend the front here. And those Dragoons, yeah, the Arbiter ends up falling. Second Arbiter, though, to already to back it up, and let's see if Stasis has been upgraded. I'm not sure where the upgrade's going. Level 2 weapons has already been upgraded. Still no level 1 weapons. A lot of factories down here in the background pumping, but yeah, looking bad for Random Korean. Random Korean getting kind of crushed in. Wow, desperately trying to hold this off, but the reinforcements just keep streaming in. We'll see what he can do. Maybe he can get some tanks, losing one factory, that tank down, trying to get some vultures, trying to get some mines laid, trying to get something in the way, trying to get that turret up so he can detect at least the units that are attacking here, and right there calling GG. So big final. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Cora taking it, the UCS, so I guess officially the title of the best player as far as Brood that went to the tournament at UCSD. I'll give him the title of best UCSD player, period, at least for the moment, until someone decides to challenge him for it. Anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Special thanks to Cora and Random Korean, as always, and yeah.